All right, this is session 3 and it's on cause and effect as a text structure. So what I need you to do now is make sure that your notes are out. They're located in the Unit 1 resources folder. Make sure you go down to cause and effect and get ready to write in that first box for the definition. If you need to pause me, that's okay, but let's just continue on right now. So if you need to pause, go ahead, but we're gonna keep on going. All right, so the first thing you need to know about cause and effect is the definition. The definition is a text structure where an action and its results are explained. So when the author explains the results of an action, he or she is explaining the effects of a cause. Okay, so for instance, you can see when you have one situation that causes another, he's explaining that. He or she is explaining that. And we're going to kind of go a little bit more into that. Also, when an author gives reasons why something happened, he or she is explaining what caused an effect. A lot of the times we explore, when we see an event happen, we explore why it may have happened, right? A lot of times an author will use words like because, as a result, resulted, caused, effect, since, due to, or effect as a way of kind of signaling that there's a cause and effect relationship between one thing and another in a text. Okay, go ahead and just write that first definition there at the top. It just has a text structure where an action and its results are explained. That's all you need to write for this, but the rest is kind of more explanation. All right, the next thing that we're going to go over, what does this look like in a text? You're like, okay, Ms. Tugin, cause and effect, I get the definition, but what, like, where in a text can I see it and how is it written? Okay, so for instance, this person is writing about the cause and effect relationship between how people, how people can get sick by going out in cold weather. So she's going to write about if there's a cause and effect relationship, okay? So she probably read some text about this and is now explaining it to us in detail. She's an expert on this. So, many people think that they can get sick by going into cold weather improperly dressed. However, illnesses are not caused by temperature. They are caused by germs. So while shivering outside in the cold probably won't strengthen your immune system, you're more likely to contract an illness indoors because you'll have a greater exposure to germs. In the example above, the paragraph explains how germs cause illness. The germs are the cause in the paragraph and the illness is the effect. So this person did a really great job explaining why they think there is a relationship of cause and effect here. A lot of the times when we read a text, we're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that happened in the text, that poor character. And then you think about it and you're like, wait, there were so many reasons why that happened to them. For instance, if they got a bad grade on a test, well, they didn't study, they didn't listen and take notes during class, and they didn't get sleep the night before. Yeah, they probably aren't going to do well on the test, right? Those are causes and effects of your actions. So if you're reading a text about that, you're like, okay, I could probably write about this. I can think about all the causes that allowed this character to fail this test. So the key point here is that you are understanding about how you're going to start writing about text structures. Notice how this person identifies the cause and effect and explains why that is what it is. All right. And you can obviously write this as an example if you want. You don't have to write every word, but you can kind of write some of the bullet points. Again, you can pause this video at any point if you want. All right, another example. This person is writing about students that are not allowed to chew gum in class, okay? And they're actually writing about the rule of why this came into be. So why did this rule come into play? Students are not allowed to chew gum in my class. There are many good reasons for this rule. First, some students make messes with their gum. They may leave it in the bottom of their desks, drop it on the floor, or put it in other people's property. Another reason why I don't allow students to chew gum is because it is a distraction. When they are allowed to chew gum, students are more worried about having it, popping it, chewing it, and snapping it than they are in listening, writing, reading, and learning. This is why I do not allow students to chew gum in my class. Okay. So notice how she says the cause is because people are being messy and a distraction. Those are the blue. And the effect is the yellow. This is why I don't allow students to chew gum in my class. So not only is she explaining all the causes in green, but she's also making a conclusion, which is I don't allow gum in my class. And that's the result. That's the effect. She did a really nice job writing about this. And again, when you are looking into your text later, you're gonna see if you can identify a cause and effect relationship within your text. All right, lastly, we are going to talk about why we use it. So this is your last box. When we use cause and effects text structure, we show connections between a result and events that come before it. Okay, so you're making that active connection. You're saying, wait, in the story, this happened and then this happened, and that is directly related. Also, it kind of helps you logically organize the structure of text. Cause and effect, the cause comes before the effect, and that helps you to organize. Well, this happened first and then this happened, right? A lot of the times when we're summarizing books, that's how we kind of do it. We kind of organize it in cause and effects. Also, this is the most important one, I think. It allows us to look carefully at the consequences of characters' actions and to think about how different actions might have different effects. We all know that characters make mistakes and they have different actions throughout a story, right? Cause and effect, a lot of the times when we're looking at a text, directly relates to the character's actions and then what happens to them after. So in your text that we're going to explore later, I really want you to think, how does my character's actions affect what happens in the story? I'll tell you what, it's probably a pretty strong connection there. Okay? So those are the three. Make sure you write those down in the box. And that's all I have for you for cause and effect. I hope this was helpful. This section is 15 minutes long, so we're about done. Make sure you have all your notes written down. And if you need to go back in any of the videos to make sure you have all your notes, go ahead and do that. Thanks.